I mean, it's a huge game for us. We get the hottest team in the SEC at home. They won 9 straight. They're playing great. They just knocked off Auburn, so they're obviously on a high. You know, Note's playing as well as anybody in the league. He's leading the league in scoring. I think Jalen Williams is taking 34 charges. You know, these Coach Musselman's got these guys playing the right way. They're playing tough. They're playing together. You know, they've got guys understand their roles. They're a good team. So, you know, we had a good offensive performance against Ole Miss. I thought our defense took a step back. I thought our defense was good against Kentucky, so we got to get a full game together to be able to beat Arkansas. But it's good. We got a home game. You know, I think 4 of our next 6 games, I think, are at home. So I think, you know, we've got to really take care of home court advantage. We've had a great home court advantage. The student section's been great. Hopefully the coffee and donuts will get them out here at 11 a.m. for the 11 a.m. tip. But we've had an unbelievable student section for every home game here in the SEC and the non-conference as well. So we're excited to play. I think our guys are excited. It's going to be a tough game, though.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go ahead and start with questions. I'll start with Charlie Potter.
Yeah, hey, Coach. You just mentioned getting them at home, but is this a good time to be playing a team like Arkansas coming off a big win at home against the number 1 team in the nation? Do you feel like you're getting them at the right time maybe?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think they seem like they've gone through their stretch of not taking teams seriously. When they started 0-3, it seems like they figured all that out. So if they've won 9 in a row, my guess is they're pretty locked in, playing the right way. I don't think we're going to hope to get them on a bad night. We're going to have to go beat them when they're playing their best basketball, which is fine. We need to be playing our best basketball come middle of February into February, March. So let's go ahead and play teams when they're playing their best.
Nick Kelly.
Yeah, you talk about the defensive end. I mean, what are some of the things you're looking to shore up from the Ole Miss game in that area?
We gave up too many blow-bys. It's been a problem. We didn't do a great job on, their best player, Joyner. Thought we gave him too many threes, and I think Note's similar to Joyner, but better. I mean, he's leading the league in scoring. So, we just did a poor job on a similar player. So we got our matchups on Joyner are going to be similar matchups for Note, and they got to do a way better job on Note tomorrow. I also thought we've had problems maybe guarding some forwards in the past. I thought some of those guys gave up too many blow-bys and just, didn't play hard enough. So, our transition wasn't bad. We kept Ole Miss out of transition for the most part, but when they did get in transition, they scored. So Arkansas plays in transition a lot more than Ole Miss does, so we got to do a better job in transition with Arkansas as well.
Let's go next to Michael Casagrande.
You're a math guy. How do you explain the anomaly to go from shooting 3 for 30 from three-pointer one night and then the next night come out 14 for 22?
Regression back to the mean? I don't know. I don't know. I think there's some, there's some, I don't want to call it luck, but there's some, obviously, over the course of a season, things play themselves out. Over the course of a game, they play themselves out. That's kind of why we play to the efficiency numbers. I mean, when you get to the end of a game, sometimes, when you got 1 or 2 possessions, you're not necessarily playing the same as it is over the whole 40 minutes over a season. But, I told our guys after the Ole Miss game, I don't want to overreact to a win. I don't want to overreact to a loss. Like, if we just shot the ball average from 3 against Kentucky, we probably beat them. We shot the ball average from 3 against Ole Miss, we may have lost the game. Like, we've got to control the things we can control a little bit better. Like the Ole Miss game, our effort on defense wasn't as great. Once we got a lead, it's not good. A mature team's going to play hard no matter what the lead is, whether you're down or up. But I did think we did a better job of getting our shooters shots against Ole Miss. Shaq was feeling much better. He had his legs back up under him. He was not feeling well at all for that Saturday game against Kentucky. So he's been playing at a high level for about a month now. So if you take his, what was he, 0 for 7 against Kentucky from 3, and he turns around, goes 8 for 13. Well, take out 0 for 7, plug in 8 for 13. Well, that's a big part of it right there. So just Shaq in and of himself, getting back to feeling well and not being under the weather helped tremendously. And then I thought the ball movement, Jawan's finding better random screens. Rojas is finding better random screens. Like Jawan, Rojas, Charles, Noah even. Like those guys are starting to do a better job of finding random screening opportunities to get Shackelford, Keon Ellis, Quinterly, JD open shots, and those guys made them at a high level. I think there was 5 guys, I believe, that shot 50% or higher from 3 against Ole Miss, and they're, Noah's making shots well, which is good because if you look at the way Arkansas guards, they kind of leave Jalen Williams at the rim, and he does an unbelievable job taking charges, protecting the rim. But you can, they just didn't guard Kessler and Cardwell at all. Well, Noah's our leading 3-point percentage shooter in conference play, so we need Noah to be ready to shoot the ball and knock down. If they're going to leave him wide open, he knocks down some shots. Rojas is a capable shooter. We need him to be comfortable shooting. Those guys have been in the gym working, so. If we play those guys at the 5 some and they want to not guard them, I think they can make some shots against Arkansas as well.
Katie Wyndham.
Obviously, lots made at the 3-point shooting in the last game. You kind of were just hitting on some of this at the end of your answer there, but how encouraging was it for you on offense to see, a lot of guys have some production on Wednesday with 10 guys in scoring and 4 guys in double digits?
Oh, it's great. I mean, we've been struggling with some confidence on offense. And people want to talk about all our offensive woes. I think this morning I looked, we were at 11 on Ken Palm. I think Aaron told me 9th is the highest any Alabama team's ever finished. And last year when we finished, winning the SEC regular season tournament, finishing 5th in both polls, we were still, I think, 30th or 31st in offensive efficiency. So all of our offensive woes this year, we're still the 11th best team in the country in offensive efficiency ratings. So, if we shot the ball like we're capable of shooting it, we'd probably be borderline top 5. So with all of our shooting woes we had, it looks like the offense still is pretty good. Our problem's been much more on the defensive end. So it's good to get some guys playing better on offense because obviously, if we are going to struggle on defense in order to win games, we're going to have to be great on offense, which we're borderline being great on offense right now. If our shooting would just pick up, I think we would be. That we got to lock into the defensive end a lot better though. We were locked in for a stretch there. We're pretty good against Baylor. I thought the Auburn home game, Kentucky home game, we weren't great against Auburn on the road, but. And then Ole Miss, all of a sudden our offense shows back up and our defense takes a step back. We can't do that. We've got to be locked in on both sides of the ball in order to beat a good team like Arkansas.
All right, we'll finish up here with Bob Holt.
Hey, Nate, I got a D in college algebra, so I'm going to have to look up what regression to the mean means. But, hey, you talk about the, offensive woes, but you guys are still leading the league in 3-pointers made, I think, in both conference games and overall. So what have you thought about your 3-point shooting overall? And then Arkansas's 3-point defense was pretty bad the first 10 or 12 games, and they really picked it up here. Wonder what you think about their 3-point defense.
Yeah, the reason we lead the league in 3-pointers made is we take so many. It's our efficiency numbers haven't been great, but we're going to take enough that, probably going to lead some categories at threes. And I think we're taking them because we've got shot makers on the team. Some of them have struggled. They're coming back to where I think they should be. I don't think Quinterly's a 20% shooter from 3. He shot 50% last year. He's probably somewhere in the middle, around 40 from when I'm watching him practice. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if he shot 50% from 3 the rest of the year because he's that good a shooter. Keon Ellis, great shooter. Sachs, great shooter. I think we've got great shooters. We're going to take a lot of threes with the way our offense is designed, and so we're bound to make enough to, lead the league in 3-pointers made. Their 3-point defense, they used to play Vanover. They don't play him anymore. You know, he obviously can't move. Williams moves better, so if they have to come out and guard, Williams can because he's agile, mobile, big. He's really more like a 4 playing a 5. You know, but they've been smart with who they're going to guard, who they're not going to guard outside. You know, if you watch their Auburn game, they weren't trying to give threes up to Green or, you know, K.D. Johnson, Auburn shooters. But they were more than happy to give threes up to Cardwell, Kessler, and, you know, some guys that they didn't feel were shooters. So with our guys, I don't want to be like, downgrade any of our guys' games, but some of our guys are going to be open, and they're going to be open for a reason against Arkansas because they're going to choose not to guard them. Well, those guys need to go screen for the guys that need to be open for us, if that makes sense. I mean, Shackelford shoots the ball at a high clip. Keon Ellis shoots it at a high clip. You know, Darius Miles been making shots at a really high clip in practice. Like, we need J.D. Davidson can shoot. We need Quinterly can really shoot when he's open. We need those guys to go find screening opportunities for our shooters, and I think we've been doing a much better job of that in practice.
Talking a little trash on the field? Yeah, we get it. Trashing the state with litter? That's terrible. Keep it clean. Keep Alabama beautiful.